Hello and welcome to Advanced Mattapan, the show that explores some of the issues of importance to Mattapan residents. On today's show, we have resident artist Lucilda Dassardo-Cooper, who is a resident artist of Mattapan Cultural Arts Network. Welcome, Lucilda.
Thank you, Cassandra.
So today, we're going to be talking about some of the artwork, specifically murals and paint boxes that are located in Mattapan, which have been defaced. So I want to get your impressions, firstly, of how it feels to see a finished art piece defaced in public.
Well, as an artist, I can empathize with the artist who sees their artwork defaced.
And so it still looks pretty good. It hasn't been attacked. That was the paint box. But if you would be so kind as to illuminate the difference between a mural and a paint box.
Oh, the paint boxes. The paint boxes are a project of the city of Boston to beautify the electrical boxes that sit around everywhere in the communities.
Those utility boxes that are about 4 feet tall,
right,
and gray
exactly.
steel paint.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And so the city puts out a call to artists and offers a very modest stipend for artists to provide the paint the box, and then seal it so that should there be graffiti or bumper stickers stuck onto it, it should be able to be removed without destroying the artwork.
Okay, so you said a modest stipend. That would be around, what, $300?
$300 is the number that was on the last call to artists that I'm told came out in October. And this program's been around for a while because I looked at it a few years ago, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 years ago, and started adding up the numbers. You buy paints for outdoors, and I'm thinking enamel paints. You have to prepare the box, paint it, and seal it. So
maybe that's why a lot of people have not been taking advantage of the program?
Especially from our community in Mattapan. Yeah.
Well, the call to artists can be found on the City of Boston website under the Boston Art Commission. So anyone who is interested in, as Lucilda said, getting your artwork out into the public, getting a little name for yourself, if you can afford to create, design, purchase the materials, do the installation, and seal it, including providing drop cloths, please go on to the Boston Art Commission website.
Then it really is for artists who just want to do a vanity piece in the city, right?
Or publicity,
Or publicity.
emerging artists. But I want to take the discussion to the next level of murals. Going into Pope John Paul Park, the Birds of the Estuary, which was commissioned by the Boston Natural Areas Network. And tell us about that process. You had a group of teens?
We had teenagers from the Boston Natural Areas Network that were working with the Youth Conservation Corps. And in this process, we worked on it for a summer, creating the birds, learning about the birds of the estuary, and then the mural was installed on the underpass of the Hallett Street entrance. That's the street, Hallett Street.
So the process, did they actually paint the walls or did they paint panels?
We painted on panels. We painted on plywood, outdoor plywood panels, and then those were installed on the walls.
Excellent, excellent. Now, what about Mattapan? How can we get more public art into Mattapan? Any ideas?
I think we need to apply for the public art project through the city of Boston, I think.
It's the same Boston Arts Commission, yes.
Right. And it seems like a pretty detailed process that goes through several steps.
So, about that process for the public art, 8 pages, 3 phases.
Yeah.
It's a lengthy process.
Yeah, the life of an artist isn't so much fun, except the only time it's a lot of fun is when you're actually doing the work. But there is a lot of, preparation, a lot of proposal writing, and a lot of things that fall by the wayside.
Because there's 2 parts of being an artist. There's the business of art and the creation of art. And how do you balance your time? How do you find these requests for proposals? How do you determine a site that might be worthy of public art that you may be able to tap into? So we're going to probably do another show about specifically looking for these calls for artists, fulfilling these requests for proposals. It does seem, though, as though the working artist, the successful working artist, has a leg up on fulfilling these requests for proposals, as you highlighted on just the simple paint box.
And sometimes sculptors do have more of an edge for public art, too.
This is true.
As opposed to artists who work on paper.
And the last topic I'd like to touch on with you is how we can get more artists into the Mattapan Cultural Arts Network.
Simple, invite them. We'll, start getting a database of Mattapan artists and ask artists to send us their information, send us their artwork, so we have some idea of who does what in Mattapan.
That sounds like a plan. Well, thank you again, Lucilda, for joining us today on Advanced Mattapan. So please follow us on Twitter. Check out our Facebook page. Thank you for watching. See you next time.